Guys, it's Music Monday. So, we always kind of start off with a little music. I am wearing a Bad Religion t-shirt today because I went and I saw Bad Religion over the weekend. It was my third time seeing Bad Religion. It was my first time seeing them at a club. I've seen them 3 times. The first 2 times were at a festival. One time, the first time was at a Warped Tour. I was pretty young. I think I was like 20 or something like that. The second time was at the Surf City Blitz in Huntington Beach, and that was recent. And the third time was this past weekend at the Palladium in Los Angeles. Now, I bring this up. So when you're a short guy like me, the best thing you can do at a punk show. Now, first of all, I went by myself, which, I know some people hate going to shows by themselves. I don't mind it. So I went by myself, and one of the best things I can do at a punk show, if I really want to see what's going on, is to kind of get up against the barrier as soon as I can and then just stay there. Now, when I say the barrier, I don't mean like right in the center in the thick of it, because then you're just going to get pushed up against that barrier all night long. I mean off to the side, up against the barrier. You got a nice side view of everything that's going on. So I was able to do that during one of the opening acts, got a spot, stayed there. And this was a Bad Religion crowd, so it was folks of all ages. So it was kind of chill. I mean, there was a pit, of course, but it was like right in the center. And so I wasn't really close to it, which was good for me. Didn't really feel like being in there. Just not my thing these days. What are you going to do? I don't want to say I outgrew anything, but I guess just not my thing anymore. So I was off to the side. I could see everything. It was wonderful. And, I had a couple particular fun moments that I want to highlight. So like I said, I'm kind of getting older. I'm an older attendee. Well, I guess I'm in the middle, really, because at the Bad Religion show, the ages range from teenagers up to 60s. So there were people there that have literally been going to see Bad Religion for decades. But anyway, I was there, and at one point, this guy managed to sneak on the stage. I don't know how he pulled it off, but he somehow got on stage and he ran and he stage dove. Now, you weren't allowed to do that. You're not supposed to be on the stage. Somehow this guy pulled it off. He stage dove. And, even though I'm not 20 anymore, I couldn't help but root for that guy. And I get it. Stage diving is not the safest thing on the planet. I get that. But, when I was a kid, I used to go in the pit all the time. People would stage dive. Occasionally, you get a shoe in the head a little bit. And, I think the worst, I had a small bruise on my face once. So I get it. It's not the safest thing on the planet. But for the most part, they catch you, and then you're above people's heads. The tall folks help out. They help out the most. And it's a fun activity. And, I couldn't help but cheer for that. Now, of course, security was trying to find this guy and kick him out. He broke the rules. I get that. He broke the rules. But I couldn't help but root for that guy. I was like, I hope they don't find him. And they didn't, which was good. Or at least I'm pretty sure they didn't. I was like, that guy, he made it on stage. He didn't cause any trouble. He didn't hurt anybody. He was just feeling the music, did a stage dive. And, even though I'm not 20 anymore, I'm still rooting for that guy. What can you do? I get it. Not the safest thing in the world, but I'm rooting for that guy. What are you going to do? The other moment that I wanted to share. So I was I was up against the barrier. There were these 2 people there. It was 2 guys, and the one guy was older than the other, and the older guy was talking to the younger guy a lot, and was sort of, sharing information about the band, asking him if he was comfortable, asking him if he was okay. He was really concerned about the well-being of this younger dude who he was with. I had no idea what the relationship was. At one point, the guy turned to some of us who were standing around, because you're all in close proximity to each other, right? This is close to the front. We're pretty much at the front. Again, I was up against the barrier. And the guy goes, I saw Bad Religion for the first time when I was 16 years old. And it was here at the Palladium. And I stood in this exact same spot. That dude was standing in the exact same spot he stood for his first Bad Religion show when he was 16. And then he goes, and now I'm here standing in this exact same spot with my son. And it's my son's first Bad Religion show. And that was pretty freaking cool. That was just really cool. Like, that was just a real, like, wow, man, this guy, it's come completely full circle. And here he is watching Bad Religion with his son in the exact same place he stood when I thought of shows that I went to now, first of all, the punk venue I went to when I was 15 years old and 16 years old, it has been closed for years now. So I don't think I'm ever going to have kids, but even if I did, I would never be able to recreate that specific moment. But still, that was a really cool story. And I was like, man, good for that guy. And his kid was having this amazing time. It was really, really cool. So I just wanted to share that. Song of the day, got to go with something Bad Religion. If you've never listened to Bad Religion before, start out with American Jesus or Generator. Start out with one of those. And those are two of my favorite songs by them. They're on my list of favorites. They're among their bigger songs. Start with those to really get a taste of what Bad Religion's all about. If you're a seasoned Bad Religion fan, you know the catalog kind of well, check out What Can You Do off the Suffer album. I love that song. It's on Suffer. It's kind of goofy and quirky and kind of like a little more poppier compared to the rest of the album, but the lyrics are really absurdist and funny. It's just a great song, and it's kind of a little it's a little different than the rest of the album in like a good way. I mean, I love that album. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. But yeah, What Can You Do off the Suffer album? Or kind of really dive into the Process of Belief and start with the title track, Process of Belief. All right, so there you have it. That's the song of the day, and I wanted to share those stories.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your